Yeah.
Beautiful, guys. All right, I'm going to go. Got to upload this. Thanks, guys, for checking out the video as usual. I know we ramble. Tell us what you want to hear. Questions. Be safe. Stay safe.
Yep.
And all that.
Plenty of questions. Send them in.
Cheers, guys.
We can do a whole show then just on questions.
Just questions.
Beautiful.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Rip in, rock on.
The hat's over there, too. You see the rocks in Redcliffe?
Welcome to Aussie Golf Review. If you haven't watched our channel before,
Yeah.
smash that like button.
Don't forget to subscribe. Smash that like button.
What do you do with that bell?
And you can do something else so you'll receive all our current videos.
Is that bell?
Oh, the bell thing, that's right.
down there after you subscribe.
I should watch more stuff.
There we go.
Beautiful. Here we are, mate, for the Monday tee.
Monday tee off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what I'm doing, because we were just talking about betting. Which is...
Not that we didn't care.
No.
No.
Bet responsibly.
Yeah. It's like everything in life, should say.
Yeah.
Some form of responsibility.
Do it all,
But,
but just watch yourself. Now...
So we've got...
Oh, there you go. You're not wrong.
270. Yeah, that's all right.
So, I spoke to a fella the other day about putting $700 on Trump to win the election. And again,
it'll be coming up, what, this week?
yes. So
Yeah.
this will come out Monday. It's Wednesday our time, so it's Tuesday US. Yes. So it's not far away. I don't care who you want to win or don't care, but there you go. So there you go. They're the odds. Probably won't be able to see it right there. 270 for Donald Trump to win. $1.50 for Biden. It's probably actually not a bad bet.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not a bad bet. So
Yes, politics is one of those things that can start a world of trouble.
yeah,
Even started a bit of trouble for poor old Jack.
it didn't it? Actually, that's actually a really good point to start on. So
Look, I think when it comes to politics and bits and pieces and stuff like that, and do you know, we have all these same arguments, don't we? That's his opinion and that's his view on what he saw. And
Yeah.
I think that's why we have this right to be able to. I mean, he is running. It's not like he came out and said, "I want to vote for whoever."
Bernie Sanders, he's not even in.
You know,
Yeah.
these two blokes are in. He felt that he's the best man for the job, right or wrong. It doesn't matter. That's his opinion. But, you know, arguments start everywhere, don't they? Like,
Well, no, argument.
just because my view is different than yours doesn't make it wrong.
Correct.
Like, that's the thing is I don't quite understand is that you're supposed to have a civil conversation about it rather than people just jumping in and slagging off and having a go at him, you know. I mean, the argument's for everything, isn't it? Greatest golfer ever. Do you know what? You'll get 10 different answers.
Like no,
Greatest
like
cricketer ever, greatest soccer player ever.
it doesn't even have to be
doesn't-
greatest ever. It's
Yeah.
I would rather have a dead cat that looks like that on the microphone compared to a different one, right? Like at the end of the day, everything is going to have divisiveness. Yeah, I like anything fluffy.
Different colour be nice.
It matches your hair.
We can argue about the colour all day.
No.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Like,
Yes.
Like I said, you have a look at it, and political parties are the same thing, aren't they? Like, you know, you'll like a party for one particular reason, and I'll go, but I don't like these policies, so I don't really like the party. It doesn't make it wrong.
I think that's an interesting
And
thing.
like I said, I think this day and age, we've just got into that whole thing of you're wrong.
Correct, and because you're wrong, I can't talk to you, and then it's a screaming match. See, that's what I don't understand. You should be able to disagree about absolutely everything. Like we could be polar opposites, and we are. I mean, you're good looking, I'm not. I've got a massive, and you don't.
But it comes in everything. Doesn't
You're a
it? I
good
mean,
golfer, I'm
golf
not.
gear,
But
like everything in life, it doesn't matter. Like,
but what I'm
you just
saying
go,
is that
all right, well, if you like that, good on you.
correct. We should be able to be completely opposites and believe completely opposite things. Yet, if we are civil to each other, and you've done nothing wrong by me, and I've done nothing wrong by you, we should be decent to each other.
I think we lose the conversation, especially with politics, because what happens is that you get so, like, I go, nah, I hate this party, right? I'm not prepared to listen to anything, right? So when you go, no, well, I think they're really good because of this policy, I go, I don't care. Now I haven't listened.
I don't care.
right? I go, nah, they're hopeless, right? But you might get some good information.
Generally, you do.
And if you look at all these parties, generally they'll have a few policies you don't like. But if you delve deep enough, you look at it and go, hang on a minute, that policy's actually...
It's just called
okay.
common ground, right? Like
Like-
you'll cross over eventually, or you'll find things that you do have in common, and then that's what you should be building on.
Look, every election there's always different parties that kick up all the time, isn't there?
Yes.
Like, you know, and like I said, some of the policies and the things they'd like to do are really good, and some of them you go, well...
But see, this is the thing with
not.
politics, right? Is that that's why Trump's interesting. You know, the way I look at it. Again, this isn't a political show or anything, and I don't follow enough of American politics, but he's not a politician as such. Like, he's a businessman. He's probably done right and wrong things during his time. He's a celebrity apprentice. You know what I mean? He's a TV show anchor, host, whatever. Now,
Kurt Cobain did so, like, well and truly before his death, that he could see a president being a businessman. He said someone
Correct.
like maybe
Donald Trump.
So he picked it years ago.
This is where it's hard.
So
You got-
obviously, some people have seen that maybe it was a good idea.
And again, I don't think it's a terrible idea. I just
I mean,
think
they do
when you look
bring
at someone like Biden who's been in there 47 years,
So to bring in a different perspective, if you look at because of the backgrounds
that's
they've had,
correct.
one of the problems we've had for years and years is people have been professional politicians.
That's what I'm saying about
So,
Biden. Yeah.
so we feel that they lack, how would you say, a connection to some communities and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So it's awfully hard. You know, I went to school, I went to university, I've just studied politics, so I know how to talk and manipulate politics around. But do I really understand what the average bloke is going through?
This is
Or the
why if
average
you ran
lady,
for
like,
prime
I'm
minister,
not
you'd
saying-
get plenty.
Yeah, and
You
I
know,
think we,
because it's about people.
you know, we lose some of that. And like I said, I can understand people looking at some other people where they've come from different backgrounds, where you look and go, do you know what, I think that person has got a bit more in touch with what is going on. Do you know, so...
Yeah, see, that's why I thought Obama, again, from the outside looking in, I wasn't there, but Obama looked like what a president should be. But then you look into it, and it's
You know-
probably not very good.
You know the two ladies that ran here for Queensland, right?
Yes.
I really like both of them. Do you know what I like about them? They speak very well.
Yes.
They always dress very appropriately. They're always tidy. They don't have these massive bright colours. They're quite
Yes.
like
No. I
Like,
know what you say. It's
you know what I mean?
pretty
Like-
classy.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I thought both of them were.
I think it's interesting.
Very
Like again, this is again, how deep do you want to go? Because we keep going to go. Like, they're women in a more male-dominated endeavour.
Like I
right?
said, I thought they were both.
And I think they do a great job. Like
Yeah,
I said,
they're both
they
very
do a fine job. Now, does that mean that that woman then has to maybe be like feel that they're not a pushover, so then they do things that they may not do?
I think anything that you run and that's big, you have to have a certain amount of.
I think you need conviction. This is the hard part. You need to die on your sword, basically.
Sometimes you'll come across it being hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you run a business and you've got 1,000 employees. You can't be airy-fairy in what you do. Sometimes
No.
you just have to go, do you know what, cool,
You're
this
full
is
on your
what
sword.
we're doing.
There's a decision. Oh well.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
it.
I know.
And you know what, you might get a few employees out of that 1,000 that go, oh, what an arsehole.
Yep.
But ultimately,
You're
someone
always gonna
has to
get
make
that,
a
though.
decision and move forward. And politics is the same.
Politics
Do we
are.
build a road here, don't we? Right? No, don't think it's a good idea. All right, cool. No worries. You're going to get 1,000 people protesting going, we want the road. No. Well, to us it's not viable. What's the point?
Yep.
We're going to have 3 donkeys go down that road.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what? I'm not spending $100 million on that road for 10 people to use it.
Correct.
Well,
Well,
we'd be better off to spend that somewhere else.
that was an interesting start to the show. There you go.
Beautiful. Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Which is interesting. Like, I like to talk, so because I wanted to do again when we ever get to do a podcast. Like, we're only going to spend an hour here doing that, and we've got to do this. I'd like to do some other stuff. Yeah, nice T-shirt actually. I do it.
Revolution.
And I was just saying to Richo that I wouldn't mind to do a podcast because I believe more on the conspiracy side of things, or at least I look at that side of things, so I have the information, and you go, meh, no. It'd be interesting to see a dynamic across that.
There is emerging and stuff. I am happy to look at it.
No. And again, I'm not saying you need to believe it. I'm not saying anybody needs to believe it. You just need to look at both sides, and that's where the politics, the media, anything like seeing on one side of things is never good. You need to look at the other side. Speaking of Trump, sorry about that. Jack Nicklaus more than anything. Bevan, your mate Bevan, he come to me yesterday. No, it's Saturday, and he goes, "Did you see your mate?" And he's talking about me. And he goes, "Did you see your mate Jack Nicklaus?" He goes, "He's just ruined everything for me." He goes, "When he came out with that statement about Trump, that's it. I'm off Jack Nicklaus." I'm just like, that's got to do with you, Bevan, not Jack, right? He's still the greatest. He's still Jack Nicklaus. Still a beautiful person. He's still as classy as a person you ever get. But because he's
golf with him tomorrow,
100%. But because he said something about somebody that you don't agree with.
But if I didn't agree with his stance on politics, we would
talk about it. You just enjoy his company
and
and
about golf and.
Jack would 100% be in the foursome.
Oh, why wouldn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Would have been a great golfer for a long time. The stories he could tell. Mm-hmm. Like the swing tips he could probably fix. See, my conspiracy theory is golf club company that they make clubs to make me swing worse.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I reckon it is.
I thought,
I reckon they look at it and go, yeah, you swing here, we'll just tinker this a little bit.
We'll just make this club do this so it keeps getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah, there's something about it. I don't know what they're doing.
Bloody hell. All right, well, we had Carbrook. All right?
Yep.
So we played Carbrook. Carbrook's in great nick after this rain. So we've had shitloads of rain.
Yes.
In this area, so at work, we've had just over 5 inches.
Yep.
You would have had very similar.
The only problem with some of the courses now is that, geez, a few of the old trees, because we've had lots of wind.
Yes.
So we've had typical Queensland weather where it's really hot all day. In the afternoon we get the thunderstorms. But with that comes a lot of wind. And unfortunately with that will come a lot of branches coming off trees.
Yes.
So I'm sure a few of the courses have had to have
clean
a bit of a clean up.
Yeah.
Because
do you know the first hole at Surface Paradise?
Yep.
You know, tee off by the clubhouse and the hotel there, dead straight, bunker right. You have that old gum. It's an old dead gum sort of thing on the left hand side. Yep. I don't know if it got struck by lightning or something, but it spewed some big splinters around.
We do get some lightning.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's why you tend to not play in summer in Arvo.
Yes.
Because they do come rolling in. They generally come rolling in with the rain, the wind, which is okay, but then they come with the lightning as well. And
it's one of my old pastimes. Like
it's always okay when the lightning's going across the sky.
Yes.
As soon as
when it's going down, you're like,
you go, yeah. And I've walked off the course plenty of times in the afternoon over summer because you go,
nah, bugger this.
Bugger this.
And I think that's it. Like years and years ago, 20 years ago, you used to have thunderstorms all the time. Now having a lot less. But in saying that, the last week has been really nice to see some thunderstorms back. Even though people got hurt.
You'd be right in danger with that steel plate.
Yeah, mate, that's what it is. It's the tinfoil hat on. That's the issue.
Because it'd come straight to that.
Oh, bang! It might knock some sense into me, potentially. But Carbrook was really good. Again, Carbrook's brilliant. Carbrook's one of those courses that's easy walk, very flat, pretty demanding because it's pretty tough, relatively long.
Always in great nick.
The nick was awesome.
Yep. So
we were saying
always in great nick.
Last Wednesday of every month is the Shark Lake Challenge.
Yes.
All right. So get down and play that. They played off the tips, crazy pins.
Yep.
And all that sort of stuff.
And they do a couple of other things, don't they? They've had what do they call it? Oh, they've had like a 9-hole.
It's a 9-hole thing,
where they
different tee blocks to different greens and stuff, and that's why we took a photo. I think I took a photo
on the 14th.
Yes, par 3 14th.
Yep. So the 14th normally is a par 3, but they move it across and you go over the water, and it's about a. What did we say?
So the par 3 is 150 as you play the 14th.
Yep.
But if you play that to the 15th green, which is 15th green in the distance, that is like 200 odd meters.
Yeah, I think that's because I think I looked at it when it was at least a hybrid or something.
Yes, it was long. So they do stuff like that. There's sort of different tee blocks to different greens, which is a bit of fun. So they make up a bit of a course.
Yeah, I don't think
Carbrook's run really well.
I reckon that's a good idea. Like I said, you can
Angus and Scott,
you can have a 9-hole comp, and then that allows you to be able to cross fairways.
Correct.
Because you can take that hole out.
Yeah, you don't have people walking.
I think it's good for just something different, especially
twice a year, something like that.
Especially for the members, because they're so used to playing
All
you know,
stable
up,
food,
down,
yeah.
round, whatever, and then suddenly you come in there, like you said. Now that 14th, you'd normally have that 150 metre par. You normally hit the 7 iron or
Yeah.
whatever, and then suddenly you've got boom, a completely different view.
All over water, narrow green, all that sort of stuff.
And not just that it's longer. You've got water.
Longer over water, really narrow from where you hit it to. You'll hit it over the back and the piss
so if
as
you
well.
move that, and it was just grass in front of you.
Yes.
You'd go, that's all right, whatever. But yeah, suddenly now you've got that whole thing of, I need to carry the water, but I don't want to carry it too far.
Yeah, because it has
Like,
at the
I
back.
don't hit a driver and go miles, but I
Again-
certainly need something long enough to carry the water.
Yeah, stuff like that. I was talking to Andrew Halliday at Virginia on Sunday last week.
Yep.
Cowboy was in there. I haven't seen him for a couple of years, but they were talking about a point system they've now got as a membership. So they've got your full membership, you've got your midweek membership, and this is what we've been saying for a long time. And again, clubs have been doing it. It's not a new thing. That you can't just have your full memberships. Like you need those midweek memberships, weekend memberships. The points membership is basically half the price of the full membership,
Yes.
and you get, I don't know, whatever the number is, 100 points.
Yes, and you can use those for different rounds.
Yeah, so like it costs 3 or 4 points to play on a weekend on a Saturday, Sunday in a comp.
Yep.
It costs you 2 points to play midweek, stuff like that. So eventually,
And you're right. Like, they've got the 27 holes there. So you lose 1 point.
1 point in the
if
heritage
you
or-
and I went down and played 9 holes on the
yeah,
19 to 27. So
Yeah.
I think some stuff like that's a good idea.
it's a great idea.
Like I said, because there are people that go, oh, do you know what, I'm busy for the next month. I'm not going to get. There's people
Yes.
that fly in, fly out, so they're not here all the time.
Correct.
And you know what it's like. So you fly out for 2 weeks, so you're not here. You fly back in for 2 weeks, and then you've got a week of doing whatever you need to do. 'cause
Yeah,
you've been
recover.
away,
Yeah,
right.
and sort some
Well,
stuff
we'll
out.
even get your car fixed
Yeah.
or whatever. So you're running around, and then suddenly you go,
I've got a week.
oh, I've only got 1 day.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, you're right overall.
So there's a month of my membership, and I've only had the ability to play once.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm paying for, it's pretty good money, isn't it? So,
Yeah, I think clubs are starting to do that. It was good to see Virginia doing that as well. So, and Virginia was looking alright. Like greens had just been done, so we definitely need to get out to Virginia because we haven't been out there to the drone and whatever else. So it's been a while. I spoke to Zach. Zach was out there.
yeah, I've spoken to Zach. Zach's keen to play.
Yep, good.
Yep, yep. So
I think he
he's,
is keen.
Yeah, no, he is. He
So
said he'd love to.
come out. Good.
Yep.
So we'll get that done when we can. I don't know how the drone will go because it's within the 5Ks of the airport. So Nudgee, which is just over the way here, doesn't work. But it does work. I remember it worked.
Yeah.
Actually, in saying that, let's talk about Nudgee. Hopefully, if people go back, you would have seen I played 9 holes
There was-
on the new 9 holes.
It only went so high, didn't it? And then
It,
went.
and then it sort of hit a wall.
then, yeah, hit a wall. It was like an invisible wall,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Where
Weird.
you go, oh, okay.
So there's definitely it's a
Virginia
definitely
may be
no
all
fight.
right. You just mightn't be able to get it too high.
Yeah, it's usually a height thing.
Yeah, so you, like I said, you might be able to get it too high, but certainly after this weather and bits and pieces, it'll be.
Lots of places will be looking really good. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So a
Yep.
lot of those country type courses will be starting to look really good. But I did play the 9 holes at Nudgee.
Yep.
So I put up a little thing just with using my phone.
Yep.
I didn't expect to do anything, but basically played the front 9, which is almost a par 3 course. Like it's on the new greens,
Yep.
but not the holes themselves. So they've shortened it and stuff like that. So I was really impressed with the new holes. With the, again, go back and watch it. Like it was literally just before the Carbrook vlog.
Yep.
That is going to be a very, very good golf course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been a decent golf course, but
Yeah,
now the
no, it's-
green complexes. Look, I did say that the slopes were crazy, and there's certainly some crazy slopes there. And I'm going to stand by that because I know that a few people had a whinge about it, and it's okay for you to have a whinge about it. I'm a big boy; you can complain, but I still stand the fact that there's a few spots there on a couple of those greens that you can see the mower has scalped a few of those top sections, which sort of tells me maybe they're a little bit aggressive in the undulations. In saying that, like it's great, like that hole. It's the par 3. Anyway, if you go on there, it's one of the first ones we've done. I think it was the last hole on part 1 I did, I think, or it might be the first hole on part 2. But either way, it was a short par 3. There's a big bowl in the front, and it's got a big bowl and it raises up. That's fine. Like that's really, really good. But then on the left, you've got like two big knobs, like fists or yes, and they were really, really like
Alright.
a little crazy.
Yep.
Like that's a little silly. The bowl's fine. It's just you've got like humps and bumps, like little knuckles in spots that it's like, well, what's that for?
Yeah, sometimes you have to be careful you don't try it too hard.
Yeah, and again, I thought overall it was brilliant. Like that 26
And
hole.
do you know, with all those
amazing.
slopes and everything else, do you know that some putters that will really suit,
Oh yeah.
and some will go.
Again,
"I
it's
don't
not
really
necessarily
like
meant to be fair. And again, some of
it."
the greens are a
but
bit
there's
drop offy.
It's all your
But that's
eye,
fine.
isn't it? There's those
Yeah.
people that turn up and look at it and go, "Oh, I really like this,"
I
because
thought it was great.
how would you say? Those people that are more
Well, it's certainly a golf course that
innovative with their putting, or I'm not sure the word I'm looking for.
yeah,
but
creative.
more,
Like
more creative.
they can
They-
read
they're,
green
they're
better.
those ones that turn up and go, "Oh, I like this." Now I think it gives me advantage
Yes.
over someone that likes to be able to clearly see the lines they're putting to.
Yes.
Right? Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Oh, no,
you've
no,
got
I-
those people that go.
I know
"Cool,
exactly what you're
I like
saying."
to be able to see exactly where I'm punting to, and I'm very mechanical in everything I do. And you get blokes a little bit like Shane Kelly, that would probably turn up there and look at it and go, "Oh, cool, this is really cool. It's going to bend three ways before it gets to the hole.
Yes.
Oh, nice." So they like to think about where they're putting to and speed and distance and find it. How would you say? They enjoy the challenge.
Yeah, and again, there's
Do you know
nothing.
what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with
Like-
a challenge. I don't mind a challenge.
No, no,
Like,
no.
I've got a terrible
But-
short game.
But there are some people that go, "Well, I don't really like that. I don't like have to you know what I mean?"
No, I
I don't mind it.
No, I don't
No.
mind it either, even though I'm terrible at it. It's just when you've got, like I said, big bowls or big slopes, and
Mm-hmm.
then you've got little knobbly bits that are like, well, you're not. It's not. It's just there for aesthetics more than it is
Yeah.
anything.
Yep.
But the green complexes are brilliant, and like I said, it's going to be amazing. Like after the whole course is done, like seeing the first hole now. So the first hole I think is going to be a par 5. Par 5, water carrier, water on the inside.
Yep.
Like down the right, you got to hit over water. Like there's a lot of this sort of stuff. So it's going to definitely be a challenge. I can't wait in the next couple of years to get out and do a whole vlog out there and do the whole golf course when it's finished. It's going to be very impressive.
Quite
So
a few members out there.
it's going to be the place to be. Like Nudgee is going to be brilliant.
I think Warren and John
Warren and John,
are out there.
good. Yes, they are.
Yep.
Yes, actually, yeah. John did message me.
Yep. G'day, Warren. Saw you yesterday, mate. There you go, mate.
It's look. Every golf course has its place, regardless of how flat the greens are, or how crazy the greens are. Get out and play golf. That's all we've ever
always
said.
haven't we? Like,
Yeah.
do you know, expensive golf courses have a spot, so do some cheaper ones.
Yes.
Like, and you know what? As long as they are all in reasonable nick,
Hmm.
that's what it is. I mean, otherwise, no one could afford to play golf. Well,
Correct.
some people obviously could, and some people could.
Yes. No,
But,
I
you know,
agree.
I mean, you have plenty of money and you're at RQ.
I'm an honorary member. Can't even say honorary.
Interesting what they looked at out there. So they looked at bringing some money into their club. They looked at with some of that land putting like a top golf.
A range of par 3 course as well that's still being spoken about.
Wow, some interesting because people think that degrades the RQ
Tradition of it, yeah, the royalness.
Yeah, so interesting. But I do understand that clubs do need to look at money coming into the club.
I mean, but why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you look at that and go, okay,
Well,
so
it'll be separated from the course.
yeah.
Like
So
it won't
you've got
be-
Royal Queensland short course or whatever, and then you've got a driving range there, and the public can go there. Like, I don't see an issue with that. Like, how does that take away from the Royal?
Well,
like, you still got the golf course there.
So
as
there was
Royal.
talk about putting like obviously a top golf type thing there, and then there was some talk about putting a public 9-hole golf course
Yes,
there.
yes. I think that's still.
You make some good money out of there.
Yeah.
If you have a look at some of the clubs over the years that have had extra holes, right? So Virginia's a
Virginia,
prime one,
Capera.
right? They've got 27 holes. Capera's got the same. So they can run a Saturday comp on their main 8
Nudgee used to have the 36. They'll be back to
and
that.
still have
Yep.
social golfers coming in, which you get good money from
Yes,
because they're all coming in paying for their round.
correct.
So, but it gave you that spot to make some money. So you charge, you get 100 golfers there for the day.
Yeah.
On that 9 holes, and you charge them $20.
$20, yeah.
Right. Well, there's how much?
2,000.
There you go. So you've made $2,000,
Yeah.
and then by the time they buy a drink and bits and pieces, if you can get that regularly coming into your club, there's $8,000 a month.
That's right. I mean, it certainly adds
Like,
up.
it
It's either
adds
that or you do what a lot of country clubs say in the States do, or we don't really have many country clubs. Like maybe the Grand is probably as close as you get to that, whereas you've got a limited numbers of members, I think 555 at the Grand, all paying 10 grand, 15 grand, whatever the number is per year.
Yep.
That pays wages. So that basically makes that golf course stay open,
Yes.
regardless of anybody turning up.
Yes.
Just covers costs.
A lot of them, it doesn't matter. That $8,000 a month or whatever is $8,000 a month you can put back into the golf course, whichever way you feel needing. If it needs an upgrade or a fix up or whatever, but you got money coming in.
Correct.
If you lose a few weeks with rain or whatever, at least you've made some extra money.
Yes.
And there's another avenue. And what'll happen is, that's the classic one of where people have started. So you and I go, let's take up golf and play golf.
Yes.
So we go down there on a Sunday. We play 9 holes. We're suddenly playing once a fortnight. We play once a week. And then we go, mate, we like it here.
Yeah,
maybe we should be a member.
Yep.
Then we join.
Correct.
Like it's somewhere to get your people to your club,
Yes.
right? So you get the people to your club, and then hopefully where it branches on from there
Yes.
is your good people in the pro shop and everything else that go, geez mate, I see you pretty regularly here.
Yeah.
You realise you could probably say, you're spending $1,000,
$50 every time you come in here.
you're spending $1,000 a year, you can join for $750.
Yep.
Save yourself some money. Get a
Yeah,
finance
get
other
that.
comps.
Yep. And I think that's the interesting part, right? Like that's the growing of the game.
That's the way most of us started. I did the same when I played at Nudgee College. I didn't join the club because I wasn't playing weekends and bits and pieces, and it's not till they come to you and bar you up and go, mate, geez, I see you a few times. You come down twice a week. You realise
Blade took her ear off. We're trying to shut the shop, and you won't let us.
No, but they eventually look at you and go,
Yes.
mate, you coming down twice a week during the week. I know you don't play a lot of weekends.
That's the decent people in the pro
but-
shop.
And that's what I'm saying. If you've got
You
good-
need decent people.
You've got good people in the pro shops and talking, and they look at these people and look at and go, mate, you're spending $20 twice a week, that's $40.
Yeah.
Over the course of a year, it's so much, and gee, it's only $350 a year to be a full member, and you can play whenever you want. Save yourself
Yeah, well, you're saving yourself money.
$400 a year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right, mate. Oh, maybe I should. All right, mate, well, here's a form if you like, and next time...
Take it with it. Maybe I'll join the missus up too.
So they're the good people. They don't push you.
That's right.
It's not that you need to sign right today.
Yes.
Mate, take the form home, have a think about it.
It's like any sort of sales,
We'd be
right?
more
Like,
than happy to have you as a member here.
correct.
Beautiful. Thanks. Good to see you.
even though it's sales, it's not sales, but you're sort of giving them quality. So you're basically going, you're already spending this money. Why don't you spend less? Like it's trying to make it easier for you.
And then it'll
you're
be
spending less.
available more
It's
to you.
value for money.
Yep.
And then leaving it in your court.
Yep. And they're the good people that you need at
100%.
like I said, as your front to your club.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like I said, you're the one seeing old mate. So if I was turning up once a year, you'd go, there's no point saying
Nope.
old mate only plays once a year. Right? And you might have a chat with me and go, do you play much golf, mate? I go, nah. Do you know what? On my birthday every year I come out and I have a round of golf. That's it. I don't play anywhere else. Nowhere else. You'd go, yeah, do you know what, mate? Just pay you $20 once
Have
a year
fun.
and be done with it.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Because it must be because you're here.
Yeah, exactly right.
But that's cool. But it's having those people that, like you said, can look at it and go, geez, I'm sure that dude's here about 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Mate, you come in, you golf, you play, and you might even be happy just to play the golf by yourself. But
Yes.
you go, mate, we can save you money. And then if you wish to play in comps, hey, at least you'll have a handicap or whatever, and you can branch from there.
Yeah.
all right.
I think it's interesting, right? Like just in talking about that, so we still get to play golf. Victoria's sort of just opened up. I know the UK is going through a bit of crap at the moment.
So
I mean,
UK
long or second wave, whatever.
UK's
But
going back down now to a full lockdown.
yeah,
So some of the comments I've seen, there's some people that do go and play golf by themselves,
yeah.
and I don't think they're going to allow that either.
See, that's bullshit. And again,
So,
anyway, like,
and that was their complaint. And there was another complaint. There was another comment by a gentleman. He was saying that he played golf with 4 of them, and he actually ended up with coronavirus.
yes,
And the 3 gentlemen he played with didn't.
okay,
And if you have a look, there's been lots of different things. You know, honestly, golf's one of those. You've got your own gear, and you're touching your own gear.
correct.
Like I'd understand with some other sports where you're sharing gear, but overall, you know, I mean, yeah, my golf balls get regularly cleaned as I'm getting them out of the water.
Yeah, definitely.
so
So this is where I haven't looked. This is the first time I've looked, and this is for the UK. So this is the death toll going up. Okay, sorry, I lied. That's the cases. Cases are going up. Deaths. There's potentially starting to rise. Let's see what happens in a couple of days. Like it's up and down slightly. So that's where we were.
I liked
Lots more cases because a lot more testing. This is where it's
I
going to
like
be
the fact
interesting,
that
right?
they did keep some stuff open,
Yes.
and they just readjusted some stuff. Do you know, mate, I honestly, I didn't care. 2 of you can go and play golf. Like, they cut it down from some groups of 4 to groups of 2. Do you know what, generally when you got on there, you didn't get held up behind a big group.
No.
Because only 2 blokes, or 2 people in front of you.
Things moved along quite well.
Yeah, so I found that it was okay. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm still playing golf. It doesn't matter whether there's 2 of you, 4 of you. You know, I don't mind now and then. Just if I've got some new gear, I don't mind going playing 9 holes by myself.
Yeah.
Like, just to get used to it all and bits and pieces. So, you know, I don't mind that. If they go, you can only play golf by yourself. Well,
Yes.
so be it.
If you're going to play golf by
Like-
yourself, yep, that's fine. But
It
when you're
doesn't
just
matter.
like complete lockdown, it's like, well, there's exercise for people.
Yeah.
That's meant, again, we've spoken about it
I
during
mean,
this time.
They allowed bigger groups if you're from the same house.
Yeah, but
So,
Jesus.
so like, I could take.
Well, you could take anyone in your family.
Yeah, I could take 3 kids out and 4 of us could play.
Yeah.
That was fine. It was only, you could only have groups of 2 if you weren't from the same family.
Yes.
Like I said, you need to keep some things open. Otherwise, it's
Well, this is the thing. What's
Like-
World Health Organization come out and said lockdowns don't work. But again, I think this is more for divisiveness thing. So that I'm the we shouldn't be locking down side of things. I've got ammunition, and then you go, it does work. It does. You know what I mean?
I'm not a big one.
You what?
I'm not a big one on necessarily lockdowns.
No, I think it's there's worse things to come out of it than I think.
Better to die on your feet than live on your knees.
Oh, revolution!
I think there's something that you need.
Yeah.
You need, you know, I get lots of things. You know, look through World War II. You know, when they were getting bombed in Britain, people had to hide in air raid shelters. You know, for
Like, that's a
hours
little
and
bit
hours.
different.
And, you know, I get all that, but I think it's
That's a little different. You know, that is literally.
Yeah, I know, but
It's an instant thing.
yeah.
Like I'd rather be in a
I think
bomb
people
shelter
find
and
it
locked
very
down there.
very hard, and like especially in Queensland where we've had very limited cases, is that we feel that we're hiding from something that's
Yeah, well, it is invisible.
from the boogeyman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a bit that, you know.
Again,
I think Michael Myers is out there in the bush, but
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not
he
really
is
sure
too.
because I haven't seen him.
yeah.
But the threat that he might be.
Yeah, but that's the scary part, right? So
Yeah.
we've
It's how we keep our kids at home.
correct.
Of the boogeyman's out there.
That's what I mean. So what's
Oh,
they're doing it to us now. And again, when you look at the death rates for the infections, like for a majority of people, people are dying. I get it. People over the age of 70 are way more susceptible, 5 to 25%. So between in your 70s, you have a 5% chance of dying.
Oh, the old
25% chance of dying 80 plus. Okay, like that's a big thing. But when you look at under 45. Well, anyway, under 50, it's 1%. So it's a very
Yeah.
small percentage.
You know, the older you get, your chances of dying do increase.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Sorry, it's just like,
You can't do that.
yeah.
You can't say that, Richard. But what do we got coming up? What do we got coming up?
Oh, talking about passing on,
Oh yeah, your mate.
Sean Connery.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
my wife's been beside herself.
Have you consoled her?
Oh, well, I thought he was sort of, had a prime chance of playing me in my life story.
You're not wrong, actually.
So I thought, I'm a bit, the numbers are, you know, cutting down. I mean,
So Gary Sweet's about the only one.
Gary Sweet's still there, and Bruce Willis is still kicking around. Yeah.
Your life story. Luke Wilson. I can play Luke Wilson. Luke Wilson can play me.
Well, there's still Brent Snedeker.
Yeah, I always say that I'm a cross between Luke Wilson and Brent Snedeker.
Yeah. I mean, he'd probably have to hit the ball not as well as he does.
yeah, that's true, actually. You have to go backwards.
Well, then again, there was that time he come out here and
Shot 85.
Yeah, the PGA or something.
He wanted to miss the cut to go
Didn't
home,
miss
that's
the
why.
cut. Yeah.
He got his money. But yeah, you're right, Sean Connery, it's 90?
Yep, 90. John, mate, played some fantastic parts in movies. You know,
Okay,
it's
what was his most iconic? Okay, you got to take away Bond.
Mate,
what is
my
his
favourite role that I
Yeah.
thought he was fantastic at? Hunt for Red October.
Okay, I was going to say
Mate, he just
in
played
The Rock
that wily.
with Nicolas Cage.
The Rock was very good.
Yeah.
But Jay played that, him and Sam Neill as the two on the Russian sub, you know, and I think it was Scott Glenn who played the American. The Glenn's. I always get confused between the actor and the astronaut.
Yeah.
Their names are around the wrong way, so I'm not really sure which way it's Scott Glenn, I think it was. But he was fantastic as.
Never seen all of Hunt for Red October. I've
Mate,
seen bits of it.
fantastic.
Never seen all
movie.
of it.
Do you know what? He was classy. He played that intelligent old captain of this submarine that had this whole game going on where they're hiding. And like I said, even the Yankee captain on the submarine that was. And you know, you're getting hunted by everyone. You're getting hunted by the Russians and the Yankees. But he was fantastic. Sam Neill's fantastic.
Sam Neill's very good.
Yep. Sam Neill.
I watched
excellent.
Event Horizon the other day.
He was just,
Sam
it's just
Neill.
always, do you know, it's funny, only a couple of years ago they went classiest men in golf. And Sean Connery was in there. A dude, like...
Oh, Gary Player's right at the top there, and happy
Yeah.
birthday, Gary Player, too,
No.
just quietly. It's his
No.
birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gary.
Yeah, mate, anytime you want to hit, just yell.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, look, he was classy. It's interesting that how we look back now at some things.
Well,
And
hang on. I saw something yesterday.
they-
You keep going, but I'll...
They
about
felt
Sean
that,
Connery.
you know, some of his roles were a bit too manly. And that...
This will segue nicely under what I have to say.
Yeah, so they felt that his roles were a bit manly, probably a bit violent, and maybe his roles were a bit outdated. I think people don't quite understand is that those roles weren't. He didn't play it. I don't know.
It was a different
a
time to
dancer
start
or
with.
Whatever else.
Yeah.
You talk about like the Hunt for Red October. He's this older Russian captain of a nuclear submarine in charge of like a very dangerous weapon, right? And a lot of men. He made it pretty clear that he was tough, right? But he held his men very highly and was trying to do the right thing by those. Do you know, he played
more
James
manly
Bond.
men. Yeah. He played a manly man.
James Bond was a dude that was
License to Kill.
a secret agent and like
A womanizer.
yes.
And again,
But it's that lifestyle of what you get into. Like you got to realise that you probably are a bit like that when
If
you're
you're
working
in
in an industry where some baddie might kill you pretty quick.
yep. Go
Like,
for it.
But that was the roles he was. Like
Yeah.
Joe Highlander.
Highlander.
Hey,
It can only be one.
well, he wasn't the one.
I know,
anyhow.
but
Yeah.
that's
Christopher Lambert.
Christopher Lambert.
was shit on it.
How many?
love
Yeah, I know
Highlander.
Christopher Lambert was good. I
But
saw that like
was
a
one of
couple
the
handful
movies
of
where
months
he
ago.
came back because he'd sort of been in Bond and he'd sort of disappeared.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the older Sean Connery came back in Highlander, and then of course the roles come after that, the Rock.
The Rock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What I saw last night, so he was on the project, they put something out about him talking about being aggressive towards women. So in his real life, he did say something along the words of, sometimes it's not too bad to give a Sheila a backhand. All right. Now, does that take away from, again, you may not even know that. And not that it matters.
No, really
does it take away from what he's done?
Yeah, I know. Well,
Look, again, brought up in a different time. We were talking about before we even turned this on.
yeah.
It's never right to hit anybody, let alone sort of hitting a woman, right? But he has been brought up however he's been brought up, and his head is the way his head is because of his environment or what he's thought.
I think we all grew up with the belt of the wooden spoon.
Yep.
And depending on who you talk to these days, that can be seen as appropriate and inappropriate.
Correct.
So,
Do I smack my kids with a wooden spoon? No.
as we're 50
Have I been
years
hit?
ago,
Yes.
50 years ago, 30 years ago, probably 20 years ago, there was a lot of people that felt it was more than appropriate
Correct.
to smash,
Oh, Jesus, Richard.
to
Freud. Smash your bloody kids.
smack little Johnny with a spoon.
Yes.
As we're now, those numbers,
Are going the other way to be, no, it's not appropriate. Yeah.
yeah.
And again, times change, and this is the thing, we're in a different time. We're trying to
And it's not
improve, we're trying to get
appropriate
better.
to smash a child.
You're definitely not.
Yes,
But, you know,
but-
I don't think
and-
there's an
and-
issue with smacking a
And
kid
that's
once in a
why
while.
some of it's
There's no malice involved.
gone,
But yeah.
because you obviously get the odd person that goes over the top.
Correct.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's so yes, a little tap on the bum with a wooden spoon to go. Yes, that's
Come on, Johnny, pull your
appropriate. There's a lot of difference between that and
Flogging a kid.
breaking kids' bones.
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
so yeah, it's interesting. Well, look, we've frowned upon a lot of things now over the years, and like I said, obviously, the roles. It was interesting that
Yeah.
that was even brought up rather than just going, "Do you know what a great actor."
Well, that's the thing. They bought it up because, again, it's more left leaning, I suppose, the project too. And I mean, I get it. But again, why'd you have to bring it up? It's known. It's out there. If people want to see it, they can
I
see
always
it.
find it funny with
have to bring it up.
So like the moon landing, right? And they celebrated it, but not really, because it was like 3 dudes that went there, and of course it wasn't diverse enough the people that went. But what you have to remember is, at the time,
That's right.
they were the blokes
It's in the
that
60s.
they were the ones that were made of the right stuff. They were the dudes that were testing fighting
willing to
planes.
test
They were the
pilot.
blokes that they knew
Crap's
they
gonna
could
blow
put
up.
in something and turn them around 50 times, and they'd get up and go.
Let's do it again.
Those blokes,
Oh,
those blokes
oh,
would
no.
get twirled around, get up, physically be sick, and then go, "Cool, I'm right to go,"
Bugger that.
and go back in again. Not everyone in that era could do that.
Correct. Or even this era, and there's probably even less now in this era, just quietly.
People to space. The unfortunate thing is that, you know, those blokes were, look, they come from tough eras. They like I said, they tested fighter planes and stuff that you know, where they're going, mate, we think it'll hold together, but we can't be guaranteed. It might blow to bits, and they go,
Alright.
no worries, I'll get in it. I'll give it a boot in the guts and see what happens. And some of them blew up.
Yep.
Some of them fell out of the sky, and
Yep.
they went, "Phew, that was lucky."
Billy dead, but Billy knew.
Yep. So yeah, man, like I said, different time, but Sean Connery, he was fantastic.
Good on you, Sean Connery. So we've got coming up. We've got a vlog coming up with
Yep.
myself, Wade Nader, you,
Yep.
and
Brent.
Brent.
Yep.
Correct. At what golf course?
Wantima.
Wantima
at
Country
Wantima.
Club.
Now, like I said, it's been very dry through winter here.
Yes.
We have had a lot of rain. Wantima's in Brisbane here, so
Yes.
it always looks a little bit dry. It'll look fantastic now.
Right now, well, yeah. So the vlog was done. We filmed it
Yep.
3 weeks ago, maybe.
Yep.
It was wasn't dry, but there were certainly dry spots. It was before all this
The
rain.
good thing with the rain is that there's some areas where some members of the club have done some really good work, and they've
Yes.
laid some grass in front of
Yes.
some greens, and I thought, oh, gee, I hope they get some rain to make sure that keeps going
And they
really
have.
well. and they have, and hopefully all that grass will take, and it'll be fantastic. Look, it's a good course, and it's got a good layout.
Well, again, I grew up there. Let's say that was my first club. I joined. I did my traineeship there.
Yeah, I've played plenty of times over the years because it was always available a lot of days during the week to duck down, and like I said, not with the same thing. You can normally always ring them up and they go, yeah, we got a bit of a comp on the morning, but mate,
You can do
come
it
after 12 o'clock. Yeah, no worries, just wander down. So they're always pretty good, and like I said, there's some good holes.
Look, one team is fine. Like Cam Smith from there, PGA Tour player, myself. So there's a couple of good people.
Well, not the NRL player.
Brent, no, I mean him too. Brent has played there a decent amount. He'd done his traineeship a little bit, at least 1 year or 6 months, something from one team many years ago. So it's a good track. It's not overly long. It can get windy. The greens aren't overly big.
Yep. And I'm sure that if you talk to Cam Smith, he would say the same. With
Yes.
good course to grow up on.
Correct.
You still have to play good shots.
Of course you do.
It's okay. The par 5 where if you can drive down long enough, you can obviously take on the green.
You got 2 par 5s. One of
there's
them's relatively short.
But you can.
But they run in opposite directions, so one can be downwind and one can be into the wind.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah. You play good shots, you get rewarded for it. If you play bad shots, well, you get punished. But
Correct.
It's always been pretty good. The greens putt pretty good.
Yeah, it was solid.
They do a pretty good effort.
Correct.
Like I
right
said,
now to look good, because again, a couple of weeks ago, greens were sort of a couple of weeks after being done.
Yeah.
They look amazing now. Like, courses are... Oof.
There's some holes there that you can go for it and get a bit close to the green. There's also some that you can look at and go, Jim, I'll just play this like par 5.
You can...
So there's a
you
couple
can
of
play a lot of spots
There's
there.
a couple of longer par 4s where I look at it and go, do you know what? I'm just not going to damage my day
Yes.
by trying to be too silly.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go.
Well, it's like that 6 hole, really.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, 6, because you've got to lay up the hill, and then going for the green, you got 170, 80, 90, depending on how far you've hit it.
Yep.
And water down the left, OB long, all that sort of stuff.
Pop one in front of the green, chip on, 2 putt, you walk away with your 5,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
If you're lucky enough to chip it close to the hole, beautiful. And that's probably the play you would take. Do you know what? 80% of the time you probably would walk away with a 5.
Correct.
But there's that little time you'd chip close enough and tap in for a par.
Correct.
And you'd go, beautiful, that's a bonus. So that's one extra point I've picked up today.
Yeah.
So
Again,
I like courses
one
that
is
you
a solid
have
track.
that ability where you can go, do you know what? I'm going to play this par 3 as a 4, or I'm going to play the par 4 as a 5. But then some other holes where you look at and go, do you know what?
I can go.
I reckon I can get this. I can get this very close, and then I'm going to have a chip onto the green. So I'm looking at par, or if I can chip close enough, give myself a chance for a birdie.
Yeah, correct.
So I reckon it's a good course.
It's solid. So so we played off the whites. So it's definitely longer than what we played it.
Yep.
And it's all good. It's not overly long anyway. It's not a bad members golf course. A bit of out of bounds around the place. So
It's reasonably priced.
correct.
It's got some good holes. It looks pretty good.
Solid golf course. Check it out. So
Yep.
so that'll start Friday.
Yep.
And I do want to talk about new clubs coming out. So actually
Golf
there you go.
clubs.
So this is how much we don't talk enough. We see each other enough. Well, what are you doing?
Clubs.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Clubs or clubs.
Clubs.
Off.
Clubs.
Oh, Saturday. No, Saturday. I've
You're
got a
working?
dance concert.
Okay. What about Friday?
Yeah, off.
You get Friday off?
Yep.
All right. Maybe we'll do something Friday night.
Yep. Bloody ripper.
I don't know. Should I be saying this? Friday night, Golf Central. We'll be testing some clubs.
All right.
Okay.
We could do a live one.
Maybe we should do a live one. If people turn up, people can hit it. Oh, there we go. How about that?
Got something exciting.
So the new Titleist gear.
Titleist.
Yeah. So the new Titleist TSI gear. That is very impressive. I haven't done enough testing.
Yep.
But very impressive. Now the TSI3 for me, like I've looked at it, this is why I potentially could go that way. Sim's still very good. TSI3 looks as good as a golf club can look. You know what Titleist looks like?
Yeah.
Black, the shape, like it's just traditional looking, it's amazing.
Titles have always.
They haven't strewn away too much. Like they've gone back to the black
No.
head or the very, very dark head instead of the grey colour.
There's been very, very few of their clubs where you look at and go, oh, that's out there.
Yeah,
Like,
correct.
Yep.
TSI, it looks amazing. It sounds almost the same as the Sim. So that sound, that real cracking carbony sound, even though it's not carbon.
Yep.
The feel probably feels a tad better. It's less firm maybe than what the Sim is.
Yep.
Ball speed's great, looks amazing. I could probably move in that direction. I'm just a hoe for golf clubs. But anyway, we've got that. The G425 stuff we'll get done.
Imagine it, like, if you were a multi-millionaire,
Oh,
right? Do you reckon you'd have to buy a house that just had like a massive?
it'd be a
garage?
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you could help yourself. couldn't you?
With a lot of things, but see that's my ADD
Yeah,
stuff.
you just walk in there, there'd be just this. It'll look like the. Is this the vault?
Yeah.
Ping have?
Yeah, with all the putters and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
mate, how many putters would you have? Huh? You'd have about.
Oh, give me them all.
It'd
Give
be-
me them all.
Right, it'd be a whole shed full of.
It'd be golf clubs, colognes. It'll be everything like scotches. It's just like when I get into something, it's just like I've got to go into it. That's it. Like that's up here. It's terrible. It's bad.
I suppose. Look, it is harder these days because there is more premium golf brands than ever,
Yes.
right? And all pumping out really good stuff. So you're right because you look at it and you go, oh, I hit this and you go, oh, that's pretty good. And you hit the Richardson driver and you go, oh, well,
The Richardson driver's good too.
that's good. And of course then you hit the Callaway and you go, oh, that's not too bad.
New Callaway coming. There's a new Callaway driver coming in February-ish called the Epic.
Yep.
There's another Epic.
So, and then of course you hit the titleist driver and it goes on and on.
Because none of them are bad.
Do you know, I could name 15 different irons that if you
Yes.
in any category.
Yes.
So even when you break that down, so whether it's a players category, game improvement, or whether it's I've just started golf yesterday,
big chopstick,
right?
cheap one, yeah.
You could name a dozen in each category that if you bought any of those, you'd be more than happy,
Yep.
wouldn't you? Like, really.
Correct. Spoiled for choice. We're
And
definitely
I
spoiled for
think
choice.
it makes it very, very difficult to, like I said, work out with those ones. And there's plenty.
Beautiful.
I see the new Wilson iron looks.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good too.
yeah. The CB Wilson CB. I've contacted
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah, so
Steve, reply.
So that's the one that's basically similar
V6.
to like the V6.
Yeah, replacing the V6,
Yeah, yep.
which has been out for a number of years. V6 was very good.
Yeah,
Bang
yeah.
for buck. That and the Strixon are probably there. Even though I think the V6 was a little cheaper. Yeah,
Yep,
very
yep.
solid.
So, there's plenty of good stuff around.
Too much.
Too much.
All right, we'll do Friday night. If anyone wants to come into Golf Central, we'll be out there if it's not raining, and we'll be doing them.
Rain's not so bad as long as there's no light.
Yeah,
We've hit a few then too.
whatever. Yeah, actually, that image. Yeah, you are Thor.
Yeah, that's you got to be a bit careful with the light.
Of course.
Don't you? But yeah.
Right, I've
Good
got to go.
spot.
I've got to go put this
Beautiful.
up. Thanks, guys, for checking the video. More questions. I know it's right at the end. It was stupid us. Hopefully, you enjoyed the politics. Hopefully, you enjoyed philosophy.
Yes. Any questions?
Yeah,
Anything you
anything.
want. Let us know where you're up to in some of the places overseas. Like I
Yep.
said, very few cases here, and pretty well golf at the moment is
Overslaver.
back to normal.
Melbourne is still twos, but yeah.
We're talking about like Queensland, which is whatever.
Well,
shape
you see,
it's
so Tassie's opened up now.
Yes.
So we could go down to Tassie, Northern New South Wales. Oh, Palaszczuk won, so the borders will be open today.
Yeah, we're talking
So-
about. So keep an eye on obviously different spots and stuff, but I mean it's been a good idea. We've locked all the Victorians in anyhow, so
Yeah, that's it. It's actually not a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
Thank you, Victoria.
They did win the NRL this year.
They did.
Yeah,
They
pretty
won a
well.
lot, actually.
Yeah, they won the NRL. They played very good, great game.
Richmond is.
Hey, Lady
Victoria's
Broncos got up.
Yeah, Lady Broncos got up.
Yep,
All right,
it's all happening.
we got to go.
Everything's back.
Questions. Life seems pretty good for now. It's
Yeah.
the COVID normal. ...
Yep. We'll try and get out and about,
Yes,
get a few more courses up,
definitely want to get some courses
a few
done.
more challenge around the place.
Correct.
But, one team coming up. It's pretty good because I think it's the first time one team's been up.
Yeah, we've never done one
Yep,
team ever.
yep. And like I said, good middle of the range golf course.
Correct.
certainly for members, there's been plenty of people who've been members. Jimmy Mack was a member there.
Macklin was.
Yeah, you've been hanging around there. Brent, that's on it, is still a current member there.
Yep, correct.
Who else? Oh, plenty. Well, Jimmy's dad was. a
Yeah,
member
Jimmy's
there as
dad.
well.
I'm just trying to think who else we may have had
Harrison
on from
Fry.
Harrison Fry wasn't on.
Yeah,
Did-
Harrison.
Harrison, lucky. If you check out the 11th hole,
So there's been.
Richo's gone close to hitting it straight in Harry's joint. You know, luckily it hit a tree.
Yeah, if you got that ball, mate, can you
Give it back.
Yeah, drop it off. I actually just drop it down to Brent's house.
Yeah.
That'd
Just
be
chuck it over
nice.
his back fence with the face on
I'm
it.
not sure. Yeah, not sure what ball it was. But
Probably a vice.
Yeah, yeah.
Or a seed.
Well, I was using those the titleist,
Oh, the tour speed.
the Tour Soft.
Tour speed.
Tour Soft on the end.
Isn't it tour soft, isn't it TaylorMade?
Tour Speed.
Oh, it could be tour soft. Yeah, no, it'd be tour soft. Because they made tour soft, tour speed. Yeah, they make all different ones. But seriously, check out the new TSI gear. Very impressive. That's going to be something that we're going to have a look at. New Sims coming in January, February next year. There's a lot of gear. There's a lot of gear coming. No, you don't have it. Lots of stuff. There's always crap coming out.
Whatever,
New
whatever,
pins,
whatever the titleist one is. But
Tour speed or tour soft.
pretty nice ball.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Hey? Oh,
What company makes bad stuff?
probably a couple knockoff clubs from China.
What do you have against? No.
A couple of those have tended to cave in.
Yes, that's the issue.
Well, that's what happens when you make them out of cheap metal.
Correct.
Yes, but all the other companies, yeah, good. Plenty of great golf balls around.
That's been the biggest, not innovation, but it's been the biggest marketing thing change over the last 5 years, I think.
Oh, without a doubt, because you're buying better quality for a little bit cheaper.
Correct.
So and you know, there's pretty well golf balls for everyone. I mean, you know, even for the people that don't want to spend a lot of money,
Just get a premium golf ball.
you can still get.
Yeah, you get cheap premium golf balls now. Under $40. Great.
Yeah.
Beautiful, guys. All right, I gotta go. Gotta upload this. Thanks, guys, for checking out the video as usual. I know we ramble. Tell us what you want to hear. Questions. Be safe. Stay safe.
Yep.
And all that.
Plenty of questions. Send them in.
Cheers, guys.
Well, we can do a whole show there just on questions.
Just questions.
Beautiful.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Rip in, rock on.
The hat's over there, too.
Beautiful. And don't forget, smash that like button.
You're
That's
a
what you
weirdo.
say, don't you?
Oh, that's what they say to say.
Hey? I don't know. If you don't like it, don't like it. Hit dislike. Who cares?
Yep.
I don't care. But anyhow, see you then. Beautiful.
See you.